So, Star, good to see you. Always love our time when we get to catch up. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. Can't complain. Just working through our book right now and kind of spending some time making sure that everything that we've been getting from folks kind of find their way in here so that we could really just highlight all the great work a lot of folks are doing across the country.
That's wonderful. And for the piece that I shared with you, let me know if it's what you want, and glad to revisit it so that it fits in with everything else you're collecting.
Alex is probably going to reach out because we want it to be a little bit more personal than what like we want it to speak to the actual job you, Walter, did and not
Okay,
just what anybody can do.
gotcha. Glad to do it.
Okay, thank you.
So for the coaching, how's it working for you? Um, what would you tell me about your experience? I know we're going on 2 years now. Talk to me.
So I have found the coaching, as much as I've loved the in-person meets where we were all together,
Yes.
there's a synergy about being in a room with so many smart folks who are doing such amazing things. And like the vulnerability and transparency that everybody in that group was able to share was really something special that I value so much in my life, not just in my career, but in my life to have a network of folks who if I need anything, I know who to go to for specific things as it pertains to, anything education related. Or, sometimes it's just life related, like how does this fit with their jobs or with personal things that we're going through that we kind of connected on.
Yes. And I know they feel the same about you.
I'm glad. And the coaching, what I appreciate most about the coaching is that I think each of us is in such a unique spot that sometimes when we try to do a catch-all in the group for what's going to be most effective for everybody, we actually like it, not that I disengage, but sometimes I find myself when we're talking big stuff, where I don't necessarily relate to some of the things that are happening. It's not as effective as when I get on a call with you and Gretchen, and it's just like, here's my situation. I could be super transparent and open about the realities of those things because I trust you both so implicitly in knowing and not judging my situation. And then your experience and even just the alternative perspective that kind of helps me get out of my own head and see it through different eyes so that I could approach solving it in a more objective and thoughtful way. And I so appreciate that thought partnership because when you're a remote worker and you're living by yourself in a lot of space, things can sometimes spin a bit and they could be very much out of proportion with the reality of what it is because of how much time you spend on it in your own head.
Yes. Well, it's so true. And as I'm hearing you say that, it's what you bring to the coaching too, because I mean, you always 24/7 are your authentic self, but you come to coaching sessions and you bring you into the session so that it's just so fruitful. And I know Gretchen and I feel so rewarded too, because working with you as a friend and colleague just it means the world to us. We're learning right along with you, and just find it a very rewarding experience.
And I think that's what I appreciate about it. Like, there isn't like a power hierarchy where even though the two of you are the coaches, it's really more just thought partnership. So, I mean, anybody who's lucky enough to sit in a Zoom room or in a around a table with the two of you, I think would benefit from just again the really thoughtful listening to what's going on and then even just those deep reflective questions, like you're not quick to provide solutions, you're really just quick to listen, reframe, say something in a way that I might not recognize in myself as I'm saying it, but hearing you say my words back in a way that gives me a chance to sort of see how it sits. And even if the answer was in my own head already, just having that validation, I think, is really invaluable.
It really is because, we're all educators. And so we can be there for each other in ways that Nobody else can. And it's oftentimes we describe it as kind of magical because we all walk into a coaching session, open to whatever the discussion will be, and we just walk away with wow, just magic stuff going on. So
Yeah. I mean, if it weren't for the two of you, there are some sticky situations I've been in over the last year that it was just nice to have people, the two of you in particular, validate the fact that I wasn't crazy with what was going on, and that I was well within my rights to speak up about the things that were happening and pursue other pathways to try to get the result that I wanted.
that's wonderful. Thank you. It's so good to hear, and it just makes it all worthwhile.
Mhm.